Hey everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. My voice is bad again today, but let's do this. To save some of my vocal cords, please, right now, before you continue, pause this video and read every word here. Okay, I assume you did what I recommended you do, so let's take a look. We came into the trading day today with a new potential pattern to keep our eyes on, that being a potential inverted head and shoulders pattern with a neckline at about 1945. Today we saw 2 days of dip. Then today we had a rally that actually took the S&P over this neckline by the slimmest of margins. This is not a technically significant breakout, but I think it's a sign that we may be seeing a breakout in the making. Now, when we come to this line right here, there should be a little fight. There should be some resistance. But you can see that we bounced on this red line. That red line, by the way, goes back about 20 months. Where it has worked as support nicely. We bounce there. We make our inverted head and shoulders pattern. We fully satisfy the minimum downside target from our triple top. And it appears now that this could very well be the pattern that will end up taking the S&P back to challenge this line at about 1985. Now, interesting, the last, not today, but Monday and Tuesday, we saw this little flag develop that indeed, that little break above that yesterday got follow through, so this did play out to be a bull flag. It's kind of interesting to note, too, that if we measure, people talk about sometimes the flag flies at half mast. And that means if you take a pattern that develops like a flag pattern after an upwards move, and then you measure the move that takes place after that, you often find that it's at least equal to the move that preceded. In other words, the flag forms about halfway along the move. Sort of like when we're in one of these patterns like this descending wedge, we see things happening at the halfway point all the way down or all the way up, as the case may be. So, I would say that, that this looks like we should be getting over this line, even though this line should now be considered resistance. This pattern seems to say, no, I think we're gonna take that out eventually. One other thing to mention, that is the trading today also has a little bull flag shape to it. So I would watch any strength tomorrow, and I think we come up and we challenge the mid-1950s. That also gets us closer, not quite there, but gets us a little closer to being over this neckline by a technically significant margin. Now, where do I think the real resistance is going to be? Well, this is going to be a challenge here, but I think we're going to meet resistance of a more significant nature around this rising neckline from our triple top that broke down 2 weeks ago. And what was that, 2 weeks? Yeah, 2 weeks ago. And that resistance also pretty much lines up with where we would expect to find some gap resistance from that gap down that took place on the 31st. So for right now, I think all we need to watch is, remember, if a line is above us, that's a potential for resistance. If it's below us, it's potential for support. I believe we've gotten our bounce on the neckline of our last inverted head and shoulders pattern that also lines up pretty well with that 20-month long support line. So it just looks to me like this market is going to move on up. But let's see if we get that move up and out of this little flag and getting over this line right here. If we can do that, then I think we're in pretty darn good shape. Is there anything else we can throw up on the chart? Well, since we have a head and now we believe a shoulder in development, or a shoulder that has developed, yeah, we can put this line up there, because you'll remember that would be one of our buy signal lines if that line gets tagged. And just for jollies, let's create a parallel line and throw it right there. But that's very speculative, so I'm going to make that a light gray. The thing that is less speculative are these potential lines of resistance and this inverted head and shoulders pattern. We need to get more rally to ensure a legitimate breakout over this 1945 level. It's good to see this little flag develop, okay? That's great. And it's good to see it develop over 1944, around the 1945 mark. But I really want to see a serious move that removes any doubt that the market wants to move above this line. We don't have that quite yet. So let's see if we get that in the next day or so. Hey guys, thanks for putting up with my voice. Thanks for your support, and thank you so much for your attention and the time you take out of your day to follow this. Hope it's working out well for you. Take care. I'm going to rest my voice now. We'll see you tomorrow.